The show that you're about to hear contains vulgar language and two very opinionated people. If you don't like their opinion, fuck you.
Q Smooth, Miss Ebony. Q Smooth, Miss Ebony. Let's go. Q Smooth, Miss Ebony. Let's go. Mars and Venus show.
Hey, what's up, shorty?
What's up, co-host? It has been like forever, right?
Man, it
Welcome,
seems like it's been an
welcome.
eternity.
I know.
Welcome
it's
back,
like
shorty. Welcome back.
Yes, it's like it's been forever.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mars and Venus show with your boy Q Smooth, of course, and my
And
sister
your
Miss
girl,
Ebony over here.
Miss Ebony.
Yo, so man, real talk, man. I feel like I've been doing a lot of guest spots lately. So, why don't you go ahead and tell us what we're talking about tonight?
You have definitely been doing a lot of guest appearances on a lot of different shows, and we all at the Black Star Media Group appreciate you because I've had you on Layers Effect twice. You were just last night on the Threesome Show. But look, before we get into the topic, let's talk about this. So, what you been up to? Like, we had a whole little break. What you been up to?
Man, so I've been traveling to play football still, like so season just started a couple of weeks ago. We just came back from New Jersey.
Okay.
We're going back to Jersey in June. And I've been going back into work at the office 2 days a week.
Okay.
So Tuesday and Wednesday I'm in the office, and then 3 days at home. So just working, playing football, staying active,
Yeah, it looked like you've got a little tan there. I told you before we went live. I said, bro, your skin looking real, like you got a little glow there. I like it. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, man. It's that uninterrupted sun finally hit, last weekend. So I got real nice and crisp. This is gonna be my summer tan right here, guys. So this is gonna be my look going forward. Until the wintertime when I gotta stay in the house again, then I start lightening up again. But what have you been up to? Because I know that you just closed out your show, man. Big ups to the Layers Effect. I know that you had a lot of good guests on there, and of course, including me.
Yes,
and the Black Star Media fam has been doing their thing, promoting what we got going on. Yeah. Oh, did you hear that Something in the Water is back on and it's in DC?
Yes, and you already know that we're going to be there, right? Like Black Star
what time it is
in the building, okay? I think it's so dope. I was disappointed but understood why it won't be back in Virginia Beach. I definitely understand, but I'm so happy that, Pharrell and his team is bringing it back, so I'm really, really excited about that. So let me tell you about me. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. No, you got to go, sis. You got it.
Of course, I wrapped up a season, and I'm going to tell you, doing it by yourself, it was really challenging. You know what I mean? I'm so glad that you and I had our season 1 first. And we did it together so I could be prepared, because if we would have launched the Layers Effect first, I probably would have you know what I mean? But shout out to everyone who supported. I had a lot of people from the Mars and Venus viewers that supported me over there in the Layers Effect. So shout out to you. But I've been preparing for this. I've been excited. I've been ready to just get the ball rolling, getting back in here, me and you chopping it up, debating, going back and forth, you know what I'm saying?
That's not what it is. But at the end of the day, it was a good idea to kind of start with the pre-show first and then kind of venture off into your thing. So with that being said, we are back for season 2. And we're not going to give you a time frame as to when we're going to go away, but just keep posted here, guys. But tonight, we're kind of doing what are you doing? What we got?
Tonight we're going to talk about the importance of pleasure in your relationship. And when we say relationship, it could be in your talking phase, because you don't have to wait till you get in that committed relationship, or definitely don't wait till you get to marriage before whoever you're seeing in that whatever stage of this relationship it is, you're pleasing. So we're going to help some women and some men out. This is we're in what? This is April or May? We're still in April.
Yeah,
right?
we're
So
still April.
we haven't hit halfway of the year being over yet. So let's help some people
Yeah.
out tonight. Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah. So we closing out the first quarter, but like what the hey,
What's going on?
turn that off. Turn that off. Y'all you don't
I,
hear that.
no, I don't hear nothing.
Anyway,
Production team, stop messing with my co-host.
Stop playing with us. Stop playing with me.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of things that we talked about, we want to talk about here is how to keep the pleasure in your existing relationship or your existing situationship or your new relationship. So the first thing is first. I'm gonna say this because I see it a lot when I'm out on the dating sites and things like that. Is learning your partner's love languages and actually practicing those love languages, right? So the if you don't know, I'm gonna go ahead and run them down for you. Okay. So the one is quality. One is quality time.
Hold on, co-host. Get your notebook, and we are here to educate you all. Okay, we're here to help some people. Okay, now go ahead.
Right on. So the first one is well, I'm not gonna do them in any order in particular, right? So one is quality time. One is physical touch. One is words of affirmation. And two, one is acts of service. I'm sorry, I had a brain fart real quick. And then the last one is receiving gifts. So I'll take the quality time. I'll take the quality time one to start, right? So think about it like this. Like you want to carve out time in your personal life, you know, to make sure that you're spending quality time with the person you want to get to know. You make sure that you guys still date, as even if you've been together for years. Make sure you still have dates. Make sure you still spend time, you know, away from your work. Make sure you spend time, you know, doing things together. You know, loving up on each other, man. Like because one thing about it, life is changing so fast right now. Everything's going, you know, haywire. So love on the people that you love while they're there. You know what I'm saying? And so that quality time piece for me is huge, because if you stop spending quality time with the person you want to be with, then you start to wonder, should you be with that person? So that's a huge block right there. That's a lot to process. So I'll give you receiving gifts, because you said that's your favorite. So you go ahead and talk about that.
Receiving gifts. Let me back all the way at first. I applaud you because you are so right. I remember I was looking for some books on, like, you know, good for marriages and stuff. And that was it was the, what's the name? How many I can't even think of the name. It's how many? It's five love languages, right? But it's not just good for marriage. It's good for even the beginning of the relationship. So let's talk about receiving gifts. If you know, woman or male, whoever you are, that the person that you are dating, well, let's back up. If you are the person that likes to receive gifts, I definitely think it's something that you should discuss with the person you're seeing. And I think this is what I believe in. Because when you don't know each other love languages, and sometimes you don't even know your own love language, but I believe in the same way, right? But I believe, just like you said about the quality time with the gifts. If I like receiving gifts, I like giving them as well. Now, doing this, I should find out if my husband enjoys receiving them, or he's like, you don't have to buy me that. You have, but I'm going to do it because that's something that I like. So before I don't suggest any woman or male just go out there with whoever you're seeing and just like, I just want to let you know, I like gifts, Don't start out like that, especially if you knew that, gold digger, or you know what I'm saying?
That's the part, because like when you're starting off in a new relationship, you can't have all these high expectations, because you don't know what the person's financial situation is. You don't know if they can afford to spoil you like that. But here's the other key to it: receiving gifts. Be grateful for any gift that you receive. It doesn't matter the cost of it. It's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts.
I like that. Be creative. And you're so right. It does not have to mean that it's the most expensive gift, but like, okay, so we transparent. So I'm gonna tell you, when Jay and I were dating before marriage, I didn't care how much he spent. Like, if it cost him $1,000, I was with it. You know what I mean? But when we started doing life together, meaning living in the same household, I was like, nah, babe, you don't like, even now, you don't have to give me that Marc Jacob for $100. Or look, I'll send him a link. Hey, babe, this is buy one, get one 50% off. I'm thinking about his pockets because now we're doing life together. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you're right. It doesn't take a lot. But I definitely think you should communicate, even dating, you're going to have open dialogue with one another, and you definitely should talk about the different things you like and don't like, because it's so important. But don't talk about the past. Like, don't start talking about like, yeah, because one good thing about my ex, he bought me a lot of gifts. No, sis, don't do it that way.
That's a red flag. Red flag. A red flag. So a red flag. Anyway, so I'll take the next one because this is one of my favorites. Physical touch. I am a hands-on, touchy-feely type person.
Are you?
So, yes. So, like, when it comes to, affection and things of that nature, I'm down for PDA. I love public displays of affection, okay?
Okay.
So, like, especially if I'm with somebody that I know I'm going to be with, right?
Yeah.
You can't do
let's back up, brother. Like, I was like, are you? But I don't. You really are an affectionate person, right? So, my co-host and I have been knowing each other since 2009. I will never forget the first time he hugged me.
It's been that long? Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
2009. I will never. In fact, Keisha and I talk about it. Well, we talked about it in the past. And I had to warn, like, when you met some of my friends, I warned them, this is just how Q is. Do not think he wants anything more. It's just how, But he embraced me, and I didn't know him that well. I was just dating his boy, his brother. So I'm like, okay, he gave me a hug. I think he went up and down my back. And I was like, I don't know if I should feel a certain way, but that is just how he is. He hugs everyone that way. You know what I mean? So it's nothing special. So you are an affectionate person. You'll get full head kisses.
I am a full-blown affectionate person, and it does get me in trouble sometimes because
I'm sure.
I'm not gonna name any names, but I had a friend that I've known for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. Like we hang out all the time, and him and his previous girlfriend, like for some reason she thought I was like really feeling her for some reason. I'm like, no, sweetheart, listen, I am like this with all women. I love to show them love. I'm not trying to hit on you.
Right.
Like, so she caused a stare between me and him, and like we almost came to blows because of it. But my thing is, I explain myself well enough to avoid that because I use my words. Yeah. So violence is not the first key, but I use my words. Sure. But the physical touch part, I mean, it's the little touches, like, like you're in the kitchen cooking or washing dishes or something. I just come and just tap you on the booty. And, hey, what's up, baby? Hey, you, what's up? But here's the key. You got to keep the same energy all the way.
Hey, co-host, you got some hearts in the chat for that. They like that part. Hey, I
can dig it. So you gotta keep the energy the same all the way through. You can't let it lack off because oh my goodness, there's a trend a trending video that goes on like on the reels or whatever. So like this shows like relationship in month 1, relationship in month 6, and then it's like relationship in a year from now. And when you don't smack him on the booty a year from now, she's like, oh, he don't love me no more.
Right. Who lost booty he hit? And you know what? You said something very important. It is so important. If you start something, you have to continue it. You know what I mean? Because their partner can definitely take it wrong. Like, who else is he hugging? You now, hugging. It's so important. So like, if that's not you, so this is what we saying. Now, do no pretending, okay? If you're not an affectionate person, then don't start pretending like you are. And then now, month 6, it's stopping. And then here you go. I was never affectionate, but you were. That's how you got her or him.
You were.
Yeah. So, like, you definitely want to keep that going. Period.
All right. So hold tight real quick, man. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump off into a song. And we are going to see my man Jermaine Hardsoul. Yeah. You remind me. Now, this joint right here goes hard because I listened to it last night. But I ain't mean to tell y'all that because I was on the show last night. But anyway, Jermaine Hardsoul, you remind me. We'll be right back, guys.
You remind me of this girl I knew. Grab a hand, get your 2 steps, play and do your dance. You remind me of this girl I knew. Grab a hand, get your 2 steps, play and do your dance. If you see a fly girl, grab a hand, get your 2 steps, play and do your dance. It ain't Patrice Rush Jackson or MJ Blige, you remind me of this girl I knew. You remind me of you.
You should know you the one, you a diamond, you're beautiful, and you're one of a kind, unusual. How you get better with time like a good mellow. Make me wanna rewind and go back in the day when I was young, now we're grown, and I'm happy to say you're still the one that I want. You're still the one with the mass appeal. Still checking for you, girl, that's for real. Some things may change, but some things remain. How I feel when you look my way. Ain't no doubt I'm here to stay. You remind me of the girl that I couldn't wait to see at school. Like the one that I was new, staying up all night talking to. You remind me.
Whoa. What happened? Did we lose the song, man? Hold up. Hey, producer, what is going on here?
I was in it.
The song just stopped playing mid. I mean, I was taking notes and everything, bro. What you doing?
Well, I was over here jamming. I was. Listen, I'm so glad you said something, because even though I was jamming to the music, for some reason, well, I heard it. I still, I kept hearing it. Maybe that's just a sign we just need to keep rolling with it.
Oh yeah, I'm good with that.
Because
you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and finish that thought that I had with the physical touch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the other key to that is, again, making sure that it's you know how your partner likes to be touched. You know the things that make them feel valued, right? Because if you don't, you start to kind of do things and it doesn't fit. And she looking at you like, she looking at the partner's looking at you like, what the hell is that?
Yeah,
hey, who you been doing this around? What you, girl?
No, that nose
you know what I'm saying?
The nose. Fellas,
Right.
if y'all see her nose flare up, she mad.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. But like the thing is, we really have to get back to the old school way of making sure that we're taking care of the partners that we have, right?
Yeah.
And what really happens a lot of times, we get complacent. We start to feel like we don't have to do anything more. And I think
I got him already. Yeah.
Right. I think that's a bad way to go, because I mean, really, at the end of the day, you could lose out on that person. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, especially if it's new. If it's new, you got to do everything in your power to do this.
We're hard because you're trying to get that commitment.
Right. I'm gonna give you one because I don't know if the producer is gonna give us another song yet, but I'm gonna give you one, and this should be right up your alley. Words of affirmation. Words of affirmation for you.
Honestly, that's not one of my love languages. But it's up my alley because that is something I do practice, not just in my relationship, but with my children, with my friendships, with my clients. I do. You know what I mean? Because I believe in speaking life. You know what I mean? So, and building one's confidence. You know what I mean? So that is definitely important. Your words, I believe in words, are so powerful. You know what I mean? And you know what? Depending on where you are in your relationship, let's say your partner isn't living up to the things that they used to do. Speaking into their life. Honey, you are a great cook. Now, and I know that maybe she or he isn't cooking anymore. Maybe they started out cooking, you know what I mean? But it's showing that, you know what I mean? You're giving a sign that that's what you want. You know what I mean? You're beautiful. I appreciate you. I feel like it's very important, words and action, but definitely opening up to tell, because everyone wants to feel appreciated. They want to feel valued. They want to feel loved. They want to feel cared about, especially women. Can't speak for the men. Q have to speak for the men, but as women, we got to hear it, right? Because what you don't want, and I'm saying this right, but you don't want her colleague or some guy in a grocery store like, oh, I like that dress. And you have seen her in that dress all day long. So you're not telling her that you like her hair. When she get that new hairdo, let her know that you like it. And if you really, really don't like it, find a way to let her know that too. You know what I mean?
I'll say this. Words of affirmation definitely work for men too. It may not appeal to the full emotional spectrum that you guys go through, but if you see a man, out, and if you see a man that you are dealing with or whatever it is, it's good to tell them, hey, that haircut looks nice on you. I like the way your salt and pepper. I like the way the salt and pepper is in your beard. You look. I was talking about myself because I mean,
yeah,
because after 2 years of not being in the office, people are seeing me. They're like, "Yo, where'd you get salt and pepper?" I'm like,
okay, right.
I just let it grow out. It's a new thing I'm trying, but just making sure, like you said, making sure that the person feels valued. You keep them on their toes because they're expecting you to speak something positive into their life, right?
Right.
So I also want to make sure that everybody understands that if you're going to start it, you have to keep doing it.
Keep it
because again, communication is key in any relationship, whether it's a partnership, friendship, coworker, whatever. But we're talking about keeping pleasure in the things that you're doing. So by speaking positive vibes into everything that you do, even in a situation where there's an opportunity to change something, you still want to speak the positive before you talk about the negative, and then give them the opportunity to change it.
You know what? So, that's so good. Let's pause on that real quick. I do have to say this. That is so important. If you are let's say there's something about your spouse or your partner or whoever that you want to change, right? I feel like you should always start off with the positives, period. Because one thing I know, and this is for women and men, if you just beat them over the head with negativity, and you're destroying their self-confidence, like why would this person want to do right or do good because everything is so negative and bad? You know what I mean? So yes, start off with the positives, definitely.
Absolutely. And the last one of the languages that we have is going to be acts of service, and then we're going to get into something else real quick.
Okay.
Acts of service. Basically, what do you do for other people? And showing up for volunteer events, showing up for kids, if you guys have kids, doing the things that matter to them, like showing interest in those people. That's acts of service from my viewpoint, right? And doing things unselfishly, like you don't have to expect anything in return. And a lot of people miss that part,
right?
They say, you remember I did this for you, what are you going to do for me?
Right.
Don't do that, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, do not do that, because we are so, like, we're a culture of instant gratification. It may not pay off in the short term, but in the long term, it's going to pay off. Like you're going to either get it 10-fold or 20-fold, and it might be better than that. But you have to realize that acts of service have to be selfless acts. You can't do something and expecting something in return. If you start, I'm telling you, if you start to do the relationships start to sour really quickly. And you have to, you always have to make sure that you are doing the right things for the right reasons. Right. Again, it might look good on paper, on your resume or whatever it is, your volunteer work. But if it's not a passion project for you, don't fucking do it.
Right. Okay.
Don't fucking do it. Because at the end of the day, it's going to seem ingenuine, and it's going to start to sour your work relationships. It's going to sour your friendships and things of that nature, because you're not fully invested in what you're doing. Right. So
look,
that's the last.
Someone in the chat said, doing the dishes is sexy. Laugh out loud. Yes. Like, look, acts of service. If you're woman, if she's usually the one doing these dishes and cleaning the home, acts of service. Pick a chore, like pick a, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what, baby, you've been here, we both work today. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna cook tonight. Oh, you know what? I got dishes, I got laundry, shout out to Mr. Clanton, because one thing I will say without a shadow of a doubt, so we both work, right? He gets home before me. And I am usually the one who, take care of dinner. However, if I shoot him that text and I say, look, I'm not going to be home till 5, 5:30, 6 o'clock, he will take it upon himself to make sure that he cooked dinner. You know what I mean? Sometimes I only have to work late. Sometimes I'd be like, I'm just going to stay here a little while because I know when I can get through that door, he good for like having me a glass of wine. You know what I mean? So like acts of service, definitely. And I'm going to tell you why it's so good. This is what we learned. when you take over something that maybe like your partner usually did, this for like the living relationships, right? Or even if you're not living together, right? But you're doing something like this creates more time for you all to spend together, okay? To be able to have that quality time. Because now, instead of her coming home and having to take care of the meal, and I need to stop saying that, maybe he too, him coming home and, maybe instead of him coming home, have to cut the grass, take out the trash, you done cut the grass, take out the trash. So when he come home, now you all can spend quality time together. That's dope. I like that.
That goes back to quality time. Yeah. So the other thing is like finding the things that you like to do together, like the things that actually. So I'm switching gears from the love languages, right?
Right.
So this is a way to kind of keep the pleasure going. So find something that you guys enjoy as much together as you can, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you have to have something that either drew you guys together, that was a common interest, whether it's painting, whether it's going to the spa, whatever it is, getting massages,
to the gym.
Going to the gym.
Those types of things. Ladies, go with him once or twice, okay? Because that's where he's at. So you want to make sure, Yeah.
So that also kind of equates to kind of switching things up sometimes too, right? Changing the way that you do things, because if you do things statically, if you do things that are predictable, like it becomes a situation where it becomes stale, right?
Yeah.
So switch it up a little bit. Have a sexy game night. Like there's some dice you can buy. There's some dice you can buy, right? It's like 3 of them together, and it gives you random ideas to what to try, right? I'm only saying that because I have the dice upstairs, but
I thought maybe you did, because when you said dice, right, you didn't just you get 3 of them. Okay?
You get 3 of them, and it tells you like you roll them all 3 of them together. It gives you like a combination of things to do, right? And like it changes it up. So like you're not just doing what you normally do to turn your partner on. You're trying something different. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the things on there may not be a part of your normal experience. So make sure you're doing those types of things. And taking something from the show that I was on last night. Okay. Role playing. Change who you are. Come in there. I know y'all ladies like to switch it up with the head. Come in there with that different fried dye laid to the side thing on, and be like, well, hello, Mr. Clinton. Well, how long have you been here? That type of shit. Come in there, scare the shit out of this nigga. Like, oh, hey, what the hell is you?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Been put me out. It's me, baby. It's me.
But what you done with my wife?
But you know what? That's so dope. I agree. One of the things that we had to learn over the course of our relationship and marriage is you have to definitely, switch it up. But let me back up to that. You definitely have to do things that maybe you don't really like to do, but your spouse likes to do, right? So I've always liked football, but not as much as I do now, right? I just knew I was a Steelers girl, but I know that I learned very quickly that my husband, even when he was my boyfriend, I was just dating him, he likes UFC, he likes WWE, he likes football, it's not just, so I got into it. I knew that if I had planned on spending as much quality time with him as I wanted to, I did that. And it helped us to not only be together as a relationship, but it helped our friendship, you know what I mean? So and the same thing with him, you know what I mean? I don't even think he's really like the lounge and club type. And maybe he used to be, but now he goes because he know I want to go. Or like, let's talk about this. He does not like to dance, right? But he will hit the dance floor with me because he know like I want him to dance. So he like, all right, I'm gonna give you 1 or 2 songs. You know what I'm saying? But we get out there and do our thing. You know what I mean? Exactly. And switching it up. I've said this before. I've said this for years, especially when it comes to the bedroom. If you are doing the same thing with your partner and you can predict the next move, the next position, the next whatever, that is boring, flag on the field. Okay, it's stale. And if this is going to be lasting forever, wherever you're at, I'm sure the one thing in this whole like the goal is you probably want to be sleeping and being intimate with this one person, right? Because if you can get fulfilled as far as your needs, then that's all it takes, right? So definitely switching it up, finding out what each other like, you know what I mean? And if you know that your partner likes something and you start off, you know he like it, so you or she like it. So you start off doing it. I'm telling you, want to know, do not stop doing it. Okay. Now this is a PG-13, but I'm gonna tell you, if you start your husband or wife or whoever you would see, if you know that oral is their thing, okay. And you know it because when you found out that was their thing, you went at it. You know, you made sure, you willed them in. And now you're like, I'm tired. I don't want to do that anymore. Sis. Bruh. Let's get back to what you was doing. Okay. When you got him or her. Okay. Definitely. And Mr. Clanton is probably,
I like that.
He's probably looking at me now with what I just said.
Mm-hmm. but at the end of the day, like, like trying a new restaurant is something that's good, right? Yeah. Together. Like you're like, you know what, babe? I heard they opened a new Spanish spot across the water. Let's go over there. Let's have a day date. Or like take a day date and just go over there. Have staycations.
I love
go
that.
Stay at a hotel just to change up the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
Because it might spark some energy that's different. Yeah, it sparks some different energy for you, right? Because like we get so trapped in the day-to-day, the rat race that we run, working corporate America, working 9 to 5s, working our entrepreneurial shit. Yes. Like we just got so much going on, but we never take time to step back and go into the places that we need to go to heal ourselves and be removed from those things, right? So take that time to go out there and be like, hey man, you know what? Hey babe, listen. You know what? Let's try a new recipe together because I know we ain't never made this shit. Let's make it. let's make it from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like let's do that. Let's go ahead and get in there and be like, whipping it up, and I get a little bit of sauce on your face. I lick it off or whatever. Might turn into some real freaky shit. Hey. But make sure if you married with young kids in your house, make sure the kids gone, because
please don't let the kids walk around. You
don't want to traumatize your kids when you in the kitchen cooking naked and shit and trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
You definitely don't want to, like, mommy, like all of us probably got some stories, but something else that's really good. So I got to represent the ladies, right? Listen, ladies, if you were keeping up on yourself and you were keeping your hair done when you got with him, we can't stop now just because you've been with him 10, 20, 15, 2 years, 5 years, whatever the case may be. Please, it's very important, okay? Another thing, I do feel like a woman has their own right to switch up their hairstyles, right? And I think we talked about this before, but like seriously, just if you're going to do something, I know the chat, right? Somebody in the chat, I gotta say it. Somebody in the chat, it's a lot of people can catch this on the replay. Someone in the chat said, "What did I come in on? What is Q licking?" Right? Caught me a little off guard. But like, listen, if you were getting your hair done, continue to get your hair done, okay? If you were the type that like he always complimented you on, like, because you had this dope style of dress, continue that. Don't stop, okay? If when you all got together, one of the things that he really loved about you is like that lingerie, like, oh my God, like she comes to bed every night. Keep that going, like seriously. I'm not saying like we all change throughout life, but I'm telling you, ladies, what I know. Don't throw them away. Don't do that. Put them in a drawer. Put away the grandma PJs and the house gowns and pull out the lingerie, okay? I'm gonna tell you something. So I'm real transparent. My husband's a little conservative, but he already know what he signed up for when he allowed me to do the show, right? My husband said to me the other day, my panty drawer was out, right? And no, the drawer wasn't out. I had some different panties outside of the drawer. So he saw all these thongs. He was like, hold on, you don't wear that one. You don't wear that one. I'm telling you, like, what you were doing in the past, keep it going. If you know the person, your spouse, and he likes to see you in that thong, do that. If you know when you start dating or you married to whatever, you were going to bed in the nude, do that. You know what I'm saying? Stop. Like, it's very important to keep that spice. But I'm talking to you too, fellas, okay? If you know that you will come to
Hold up.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold up, we're gonna pause that because you about to get real deep, and we got to take this song break real quick. We're gonna jump into my girl Trillery Banks with "Doing It," yo. Like I'm telling you right now,
I love this song.
I love this fucking song. But we'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere, guys. If you do
Dance
go
in the
somewhere to
chat.
fill up your drink, dance in the chat. We'll be back. All right,
Hey.
let's go.
Right, hey, Trillery, is that how you're going in? Is that you, yeah? Hey, listen, you're bad for this one, you know.
Yo. Brown skin boss chick rockin' Gucci, bad and bougie, wetter than a jacuzzi. Hollywood swag, looking like I'm in the movie. He want the nana, had to tell him that I'm choosy. Juicy, got the brains and the beauty. Fruity, he be kissing on my coochie. Liver white like blood clot Cooley. I wanna come 2 times cause I'm deucey. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Word on the streets is I'm ringing them bells. Ding dong. Got a nigga bitch blowing up my cell. Can you keep a secret? I don't kiss and tell. Cause I'm triller than them. Real hot gal, Trillery, she realer than them. 1 in a million, who these chicks ain't feeling them. I be eating rap bitches like a cinnamon bun. Cherry on top, drop it like it's hot. When I pull up to your block, got niggas losing the plot. Got niggas spending the guap they got from shotting rocks. Then he eat it and I cut, it ain't nothing to a boss. Ever got head while you counting bread? Made him leave his gal cause her pussy dead. Ever put it on him and put him to bed? Ear when me say I'm just showing you legs. Level up, you ain't on my level. Don't make me rise as something like a rebel. Catch me in the trap, G's rapping the pebbles on the grind till I see couple millions in my bezel. Trillery, pretty like a petal. That's why I got him hard like metal. So when I put my foot to the pedal, I make him bang like a 45 special. Stepped in, Marriott checked in, read it all night, now I'm resting. Wicked Islam, no wrestling. Baby girl, got your bae on my line, not to tell him stop texting. Only trill women in my section. Big money popping when I'm flexing. Island gal, don't make me get yardy on him. Thought he was ready till I was flinging panani on him. Put pussy tight and I real like. Me, I go dance for them where you feel like. Sit and feel nice. Me, I real spice. Gaza, your thing, street vibes. Mad cute, but I'm streetwise. I was raised in the streets, I got street ties. Even on the bummy day, I be fly. Levi's on my knee highs. If he broke, au revoir. Wonder what these lips do, baby. Make you sing like la la la. Might bring a bad thing, a menage a trois. Times 3, that's a trilogy. Says she bad, but she ain't badder than Trillery. I'm the real deal, she's a mini-me. Get with the winning team. I'm winning. Skin so soft, said it feel like linen. Knew I was a boss right from the beginning. Buys me Versace, so every time we step out we twinning. Little mama got the sauce, no ketchup. I'm ahead of the game, tell them catch up. Only hating cause they know that I'm next up. Why you think they call me Banks? Get your checks up. Now tell me who's fucking with me. Banks, Trillery. Doing it well, doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Okay, I see you. What were you saying? Shut down, yeah? What? These girls ain't talking to you. Come on. Get me. Hey.
Woo! Man, Trillery.
Dope artist. Shout out to her because, like, what I've heard so far has been nothing but fire. Okay, so you all gonna hear a whole lot more from her.
I think it's the accent for me, really. Like, you
Is
know,
it?
the fact.
You don't even
the
know
fact
what
that
she's saying, right?
No, I do know what she's saying, but the
Okay.
fact that she has the patois and the British accent together, and it like it's like a mesh. It's like a beautiful mesh, right?
Yeah,
I love it.
I love her
But
confidence.
before you were,
It's so good. But go ahead.
yeah, she killing it.
Mhm.
So before you left, you were saying something about us doing the same. Yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Go out and
let's
get
get
those.
back to it, fellas.
Go out there and get those nice looking boxers, and you know, make sure you keep your cologne game up.
And your hair,
you know-
like, when she got with you, I don't mean to interrupt, but if she got with you and you were keeping a low cut or you had the waves, don't let your hair start getting nappy now. You know?
Nah. So like, those are major changes to yourself, right?
Mhm.
If you like, most people are gonna have their upkeep schedule anyway, right? Like me
You
personally,
would
sometimes.
think.
Well, sometimes I'll rough it a little bit if I don't really have anything going on. Like if I ain't
Okay.
going nowhere, I'm not going on a trip or
Mhm.
tournament or anything like that. My hair get a little long, but my beard stays, trimmed. My
Mhm.
hair just gets a little longer.
Okay.
I do those things just for me. Like
Right.
really, technically, nothing makes you feel better than finding that fire cologne, finding that
Yes, keep it smelling good. Woo, child.
that cool ass barber that keep you looking fresh and make you feel like $1,000,000 when you get out the chair, because one, a man's haircut can change his personality all the way around. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Because if you ever watched any of the IG videos, there's a dude on there called Spice Adams, right? He always does this, like it's like the dudes feel shy and awkward when they don't have a haircut. It's like perhaps I can talk to you ladies. No, and then when you get the haircut, you be like, what's up, baby? Yeah. And you be rubbing your hands together and shit like you about to get up to some mischief. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Those things matter. Like it changes your energy, man. Like it keeps your energy all the way up, and you feel like your confidence is on 1,000. And then you go home and that woman be like, damn, woo, what's up, baby? What you doing over there? Like, oh, come on, girl. Like, hey, I'm just doing my thing. I'm sitting here doing my thing.
Let's go to the chat. We got a viewer. Shout out to you. Yes, you're late. She said yes. She said I'm late. Hey, y'all. If we didn't say it before, shout out to everyone who's up here right now. We appreciate everyone.
We love y'all.
That is supporting us and that's back with us. Someone else said, same with women. When it comes to hair, change our personality. I ain't gonna lie. I know for me. First of all, shout out to Erica, because that's my hairstylist. But when I get that first do, I'm telling you, it's a whole different Mrs. Clanton when I come home when it's fresh, honey. You know what I'm saying? I think he looked forward to that. You know what I'm saying? Whether
you tossing it back.
Sometimes that's when it's long, but sometimes I come and it stop right here, but it be cute. You know what I mean? I switch it up. And that's another thing, ladies. Like he said, with keeping it spicy in the back, switch it up for your man. You know what I'm saying? And fellas too, switch it up for your woman. You know what I'm saying? Change your style of dress or something, you know.
All right, real quick. So we've kind of went into section 3 already.
Yeah, we
did. What I'm going to actually do for you here, I'm going to give you a lifeline, because we have been talking about, keeping the pleasure. Everybody that came late, just make sure you go back and listen to the first part of the show, because we had some good stuff on there for you. But sis, I heard that you was bringing a part of the Layers Effect to our show, which I am a very, very starch component. Nick, what? The last one. The one that when I was on the show that night, I was like, oh my God. Anyway.
I know you were a little shocked. Seriously.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and let you do your thing with this letter. So
let's get into it.
Section 3 is gonna be letters, and then we're gonna talk about it afterwards. I'm gonna let her do her thing, and I'm gonna shut up, but I'm gonna be still over here making faces and shit.
So check this out. For you all who maybe this part of the segment is new for you, shout out to my viewers that followed me from the Layers Effect back over to the Mars and Venus show with your boy Q Smooth and your girl Miss Ebony. But during this segment, and we'll probably keep this going every Wednesday, segment 3. One of the things that was one of my favorite things, and I believe it was one of the viewers' favorite things, is a discreet and anonymous writer writes into me, Miss Ebony, looking for some advice on whatever is going on in their life. What's so good about it is you get this advice for free. You don't have to pay your therapist. You definitely don't have to go run to your good girlfriends, but then talk about you put all your business street. You can come here. Your identity stays anonymous, which is a good part. I'll give you how I feel, and then my co-host Q Smooth will give you his feedback, and then we will jump into the chat. All right, before we get into it, why I am going, okay. Real quick, co-host, somebody said, what are you drinking? Real quick, before I get to this letter.
I'm answering. I'm in the chat now. You go ahead and do your thing. I'm gonna be in the chat talking to my people.
Okay, so, dear Miss Ebony, I am seeking advice on my very complicated life. I am so stressed out. I don't want to lose my relationship over something I wish I could just undo. excuse me. My boyfriend and I have been together for 6 years. We have talked about marriage and both agree we want to save money and get out of debt before taking that huge commitment. He is everything I have ever dreamed of in my mate. But here is what I mean by my very complicated life. I got fired 2 weeks ago. Sorry, sis. I got fired 2 weeks ago, and my boyfriend thinks that the company is closing down. I was let go because my boss wife caught some flirty texts between us both. Okay. It wasn't just flirty texts, but the wife discovered my boss, her husband, and I have had an affair a few months ago. Right. I'm freaking out because my boyfriend saw an Indeed ad of the company that I previously worked for. I told him I was close. I'm freaking out because my boyfriend saw an Indeed ad that the company I previously worked for. I told him it was closing. Oh, I told him the company was closing. But now the company is hiring for the admin position I once held. Oh my God. He is hot. He has threatened to contact my former boss to give him a piece of his mind. But of course, if he does that, I am screwed. I know you are probably thinking I deserve all of this that is about to go down. But I did what I had to do for good reasoning. Okay, sis, you soldier. Okay. I felt unpaid and not valued as an employee. I bust my ass for that company for several years. I requested for a raise and he requested for some pleasure. That one night got me in a $10,000 increase in my salary and a bonus that I used for an upcoming trip for my boyfriend and I. Question, should I tell him now? Should I contact my former boss so we can get our story straight? What about this trip? Or should I come up with another reason for them letting me go? All right, sis. You had me, you was pulling me in. I was like, complicated life. Okay, what can it be? You told us that you and your boyfriend have been together for 6 years. That's a long time, sis. Okay, it's a serious relationship because you talked about marriage and you came up with a good plan before you hop into marriage, which I thought was a good idea. You want to save some money and get out of debt, right? However, you got fired. And you got fired because you slept with your former boss. His wife found out. So I'm taking it as soon as she found out, he had to let you go. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna lose his company and his wife. So he let you go. You told your boyfriend that the company was shutting down. So that's why you got fired, which means you got laid off. I know if I was your boyfriend, I would have been, all right, well, you got laid off, company shut down. Now you're going to get what? Some unemployment. Okay, and definitely a new job, right? But now he done seen your previous position on Indeed, okay? Which tells me he's been on Indeed looking for you another job, sis, okay? And your question is, the reason why you did it. So you felt underpaid, not valued as an employee, and you've been busting your ass working there. I feel like you had the right to request for your raise, and I feel like you had the right to leave. You had the right to put in your notice. You had the right to look for another job because, as you say, you've been busting your ass. Now, what does not make sense, it was not a good decision, was you slept with your boss. Like, sis, if he requested that, especially, first of all, was it through text? Because you could have sued the hell out of him. This is your boss, and you're asking for a raise, and now he asking for pleasure, and instead of suing him and getting paid or moving on with your life, you decide to go ahead and give him the very one thing that he asked for. Was compromising your relationship worth a $10,000 increase that's going to get taxed? Was it? Because now, should you tell him? Should you contact your boss? You definitely better not contact that boss because I'm sure the wife is on it, okay? Should you tell him? Should you come up with another lie? Sis, he gonna find out. He gonna find out. I don't know how you should tell him. I don't really know what you should do. I'm gonna stop right here and I'm gonna let my co-host come in and join me and tell and give you some feedback while I think about what you should do. But I definitely know that yes, you are definitely in deep water. Go ahead.
All right. So first things first. I feel like there's a situation that was probably already brewing anyway. because you went through with it. You went through with something that you probably was thinking about. So, like, one, if you bust your ass and you don't get noticed, you don't get the raise that you deserve or whatever. It's never a good idea to think that pay for play is a good idea.
Right.
So,
come on now.
And then number two, don't lie about what has happened, because at the end of the day, he's going to find out, because if he's in tune with you as a partner, he's gonna know when things change. Like you're not one you just all of a sudden just got let go and they closed it.
Like, okay, like even if she had to lie, maybe she should have said she quit, because then when he found that ad, you know what I'm saying? But they let me go, they close it down.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna say that so one, you should have kept it 100 and not even went through with the process at this point. Right. And then two, you should have just kind of really thought about what the repercussions of that was going to be. Because if you think about those things logically, it's never worth it. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I can't judge you because you thought it was a good idea to do it. But what I will say is that coming from your boss's perspective, as a man in a level of power, he should never take advantage of an employee
that's
just
jacked up.
Because one, it's a quid pro quo type situation. Mm-hmm. So we should never be doing that. Right. In the corporate setting, that should never be the case. Never. Now, as far as this trip that you've already paid for with the raise and the bonus that you got,
Lord have mercy.
I would suggest that you actually find a way to tell this man that, hey, remember that trip that we going on in a couple of months?
I'm sorry.
I paid for that with money that I got from this situation that's happening. Because at this point, I'm telling you right now, like you are going to end up. This man is gonna, listen.
Look, hold on, bro. Let's keep it all the way real, okay? This sister cannot go to her partner. I'm sorry, laughing. She can't go to him and say, "Remember that trip, that unexpected trip that I planned for us? This is how I got it. And remember that increase, because she shared with him that she got an increase in her raise.
Of course she did. But how long ago did you get the increase? How long ago did you get the increase? And then until you got fired, how long ago did you get that?
Let's talk about this. What, like, okay, think about yourself in a relationship with a woman, right? And she comes, she's like, yes, babe, my boss, her boss, the man, gave me a $10,000 increase per year. Like, that's one hell of, look, my boss gave me a good raise back in January. It was not 10. Like, if she would have gave me a $10,000 raise, even though I would have appreciated it, like, hey, is this right? I probably would have been like, hey, like, come on now, $10,000. Like, sketchy. I'm telling you right now.
So I'm gonna tell you like this, because you keep laughing. Let me go ahead and finish my thought before you get into your next one. So when she shared that information with him, he probably was like putting two and two together, like, damn.
Yeah, what happened?
You're an administrator getting $10,000 raise? What the fuck?
Right. You an admin. Like, I'm not trying to put. Hey,
already. No, we're not putting down the profession. But think about it logically. This man already knew that something else was going on, and he was waiting. He was waiting for her to tell him. He was waiting. That's how. He was waiting for you to tell him.
Yeah.
He was waiting for you to tell him, hey, listen, I got this shit on some shady shit, bro. and at the end of the day, I can afford to pay for some stuff that we couldn't afford before.
Okay, look. Let's get it. How would you respond? That's your girl. Okay, I'm the girl. We're gonna role play. So, babe, don't ask me how. I did some real shady stuff. But I got us a trip. Like, we're going to go on a trip. Like, seriously, how would you respond?
First of all, I'm surprised. I'm surprised this man hasn't left this woman already. Right. I'm being 100. because
So
one,
you have a question with a whole $10,000 raise, and you're like receptionist.
you just
admin.
first of all, you just told me about the good news that you got this raise and this bonus.
Right.
Now you're going.
Now you're fired. Where's your stimulus?
How?
Where's your
How? Where's the severance? Where's the severance?
Yeah. My bad. Yeah. Listen.
How long you been with this company, sis?
Right.
Are you filing for unemployment today?
So
I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not. I'm being 100% serious.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at your situation. But what I'm saying to you is, we have to be smarter when we do things, because one, corporate America is going to chew us up and spit us out anyway. Especially if we sisters and brothers, right? Mm-hmm. One, is already hard enough to get on a level that you need to be for advancement. Now you've complicated the situation because you have compromising information in your phone, because this shit doesn't go anywhere. Right. Text messages, videos, none of that goes anywhere. So hold tight. I'm gonna let you get your thoughts together, sis.
Okay. Don't go anywhere.
No, don't go anywhere, because the conclusion is going to be thrilling. I'm telling you guys. Anyway, we're gonna jump into Jermaine Hartsoul again with Every Other Day, because every other day shit like this happens. And what we got?
Chakras and I'ma stay. Grand rises to set the mood for the day. Hey, your sis on the phone and she crying out. How a man doing wrong, going right now. On site soon as y'all pull up at the house. Now you're wildin' out. You so ride or die, funny how. Hey, other days I know. Every day. Hey, other days I know. And I couldn't. I'ma put on that ball without you. Hey, other days I know. You just keep doing you. Can't switch it up. Hey, other days I know.
Every other day, something new. Every other day, something new. Hey, every other day, something new. All right, sis.
Listen.
I gave you a lot. I gave you a lot of energy.
You did.
But the chat was going crazy.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Listen, some of you all, most of you all are going to probably catch this in the replay. It is so important to catch this live because when you catch it live, you get to have fun in the chat. You get to get it live in effect. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everyone in the chat. In fact, let's go to the chat. Okay. First of all, let me back up. If this is your first time tuning in, or even if it's not, welcome to the Mars and Venus show with your boy Q Smooth and your girl Miss Ebony. Okay. Recap of the letter real quick, just in case you didn't catch it. I'm not going to read it. I'll give you a quick summary. Okay. Writer wrote in. She's a female. She said her life is very complicated. She's in this relationship. She's been dating her boyfriend for 6 years. He's everything she's ever dreamed of, right? Shining armor, shining night, whatever. This is why her life is complicated. She got fired from her job. Why? Because her former boss, wife, caught and found out some flirty texts. Not only were they flirty texts, but in the text, she ended up finding out that the young lady who wrote in was sleeping with her husband. Okay. So the wife of the boss found out that the boss was sleeping with one of his workers. Okay. So she got fired. She got let go. She got fired. She had to go home. In fact, she got fired 2 weeks ago, right? She had to go home and let her boyfriend know, hey, I no longer work there. He said, why? I'm sure, of course, I would, why? And she said, because you know what? The company's shutting down, right? That's what she thought of. She had to move fast. Didn't really think too
really?
much. Yeah,
she had to be quick on her feet.
It should be real quick, okay? So the company shut down. So check this out. Some time passed, and some reason he's on Indeed, probably looking for his girl another job, right? Because they let you go, we got to get you back out there, we got to pay these bills. So he looks on Indeed, and guess what? That same company that you said let you go and fired you, they're hiring for your same position. So he's hot, he's heated, and he's threatening to contact the boss. Her question is, should I tell him? Should I contact my former boss, who wife already know about us, and get our story together? What about this trip? Oh, I left something out. She slept with him, but she said she had good reasoning. The reason why she slept with him is because she felt underpaid, undervalued. She wasn't valued. She'd been busting her ass. I don't know how long she's been to come, but she been busting her ass as an admin. And guess what? She requested for a raise. He requested for pleasure. So you know what she did? She provided him with that good pleasure. And guess what? He gave her an increase of a $10,000 raise to her salary and money for a bonus for a trip. She took the money. She got her and her little boyfriend a trip. Not her little boyfriend. She got her boyfriend 6 years a trip. And guess what? The trip is coming up. And so she's like, what should I do? What about this trip? Because she paid for the trip with that money that she earned for that one night of pleasure. She told us when I won, if it was one night. That really sounds like a lot. Like how good is this booty? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, or should I come up with another reason for them letting me go? So she want to know, should I go to him and say, you know what? The company's not shut down. It was me. I was a bad worker. Like, what should she say, right? Let's go to the chat. The chat says, let me scroll up because the chat has really been going. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Someone said, right, all of those are wrong. Be prepared for the consequence of all of that. But as for me, that's between God and a me moment for me. I know that's right. Someone said, go to that job, arrive and raise hell and leave. I think he's talking about for the boyfriend. No lie, it's going to be some smoke in the city. I promise you, definitely. Another viewer said, you already know, like it's going down. So I went in the chat, right, had some fun. And I said, hey, you're right. I'm not losing my man over the foolishness that I did, my foolishness. So I'll be praying to God, and I will at least try my best to make it on this trip, right? Someone has said it's on site for sure. Okay, talking about the guy. And I came back in the chat. I gotta claim what I said. I said, hey, my boyfriend deserved this. That's probably what she's thinking. My boyfriend deserves this trip. Like she said, he's a good guy. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I thought when I read the letter, she was gonna say, okay, let me tell you why I did it. She slept with him for the money, whatever. But like that, my boyfriend, he cheated on me too. Not saying that's right that she go do that, but I just knew she was gonna say it, but she never said that. Someone said, hell, I deserve this trip. This trip cost me my ass, literally. And you're right, sis. It cost her ass. And then the Boston girlfriend deserved what I got coming for them. Definitely. And yes, Christina, I'm going to read the chat real quick, co-host. We will definitely do that before the end. Did you see that? We got to give away. We got to give away. Okay, listen. So
That's
let's
why I
get
was
back.
smiling so hard at one part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be the one to win, right? This writer
Nah.
is someone in the chat said this writer is a dude in disguise because women cheat better than this. We cheat better. Hold on, my hand in the chat. We cheat better. Somebody said, no, don't switch up now. Keep riding with her. But like real talk, I'll be honest. Y'all, you know, this is a non-judgment community, so please don't judge me, okay? I personally would not tell him. I would do everything I can to avoid him going up there. So probably what I would do, and I'm not saying you should do this, but I'm just talking about me. I would probably, you know, because she sounds like she's young. You know what I'm saying? First of all, at the age I'm in now, I wouldn't be doing this. But, you know, younger days, I would probably come with another excuse. Honestly, baby, it was my work ethic. They let me go. I was going in late. I was staying on long lunch breaks. They caught me texting you. You know, remember those pictures I was sending you in the bathroom? You know, I don't know. I would come up with something because this boyfriend really deserves this trip. Girl, get him on this trip. At least get him on the trip. And then maybe when y'all get back, you know what I'm saying? You can somehow tell him he deserved better without telling him. I just don't feel like this is going to go well if you tell him, period. You know, this is a man. Like, can you imagine all the men out there, how you would feel if your girl come to you with some honesty and say, you know, remember that $10,000 raise? Well, I gave him a butt one night. You know what I mean? Like, that would really, really tear him up, break him, tear him apart. I don't really know what you should do, but I definitely think you should not let me say what you shouldn't do. You should not contact the boss, okay? You probably should not get you a job. Apply for a job where the salary fits wherever you're trying to be in life, okay? Please don't pull the skin. Don't go applying for another job and you already know the salary was not where you wanted it to be, or maybe they increased your workload, you know? So you had a right to put in your notice and move on. You know what I mean? This is not a good look. You probably should fast, pray, go without eating for 30 days like Jesus did, 40 days. I mean, seriously, you in deep doo-doo, but I'm kind of scared for you to tell him. I don't want to tell you to tell him, and then you write us again and say there was some domestic violence, or I don't know. This could go so wrong. Someone else in the chat says, I'm just wondering why he feels the need to call the boss. Good stuff. That's so good. Someone in the chat said, I'm just wondering why he feels the need to call the boss to find out why she was fired. Good stuff. Because honestly, when you read that, you believe your girl, right? Right, Coach? You believe your girl. You would probably have her to go seek legal or something, but to contact the boss, I'm going to cuss him out. Like, what is that going to resolve? She don't get her job back, you know? Someone else said, I hope she got some of that money left to start over because this relationship is over if she tell. Yes. 6 years, they're probably living together, okay? Which means he's going to put you out. Oh, he's going to move out. But the relationship is over. He definitely, listen, I know people forgive each other all the time, but one thing I can say right now, if he is everything you said he is, this everything you ever want him to be, he's not going to just forgive you, sis, and stay with you. He's not. He will never, ever trust you again. Period. Anything you want to add to that? Trust is definitely out the window. Trust
is out the window, and you are branded as a person that will do anything.
No.
Anything.
And we're not judging
you. We're not. But what I'm saying to you is you have to be very careful about the brand that you present.
Yeah.
And as you have to explain to the next job how you lost your other job.
No,
I'm serious.
She can't even
think about
her resume referral.
Think about you have no references left in this company.
Damn.
So you put a lot of things in jeopardy as far as your future and your career as you go. And I feel bad for you, but I will say that I do think it's a good idea to avoid telling the person, because at some point it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt emotionally. It might hurt, with you breaking hearts at this point, because one, he's going to leave if you tell him the truth.
He definitely gone.
Number three is if you allow him to find out from the third party what happened, it's going to hurt even worse, because now you put this man in a situation where his mental is going to be going crazy, because he's thinking, man, he took advantage of you. Now I gotta do something as the man to protect you.
Yeah.
So
let me say this real quick. So someone in the and just to catch that person up real quick, we have a viewer. She said, "I must have missed something. Why does he? She's an adult. Why does he feel the need to be involved? He feels the need to be involved because she lied to him and told him, baby, they let me go because the company is shutting down. So she's thinking that is why, why she's being let go. She's being laid off because the company shut down. Now he gets on the deed, and the same company that told my girl that they were shutting down isn't shutting down. What he's saying is they're rehiring for the same position that they told her, because they really didn't tell her this, that they were shutting down. So I definitely kind of understand why he getting involved, because it's like, hold on, babe. Like, he probably asked her before he even said he was going to contact the boss. He probably said, like, you need to call him because they told you they were shutting down. That's like us, like the job I'm at. That's like them telling me, at my current job, Ebony, we are shutting down. We are letting you go. And I'm like, oh, Lord, okay, well, I understand. Well, I don't understand, but okay, I understand. And now I see program director for in-home support. You know what I mean? So I definitely get that. Let's go back to the chat real quick. We got to sum it up real quickly. Someone said, right, don't do this again. Text messages. Who says, why are you helping her out? Right, don't do this again. Text messages are evidence, and you're right, okay? Tell him you are taking this to his girl unless you get more money. You can't. Remember in the letter, the wife, the reason why she got fired is because the wife found out about the affair. So ain't no taking. The wife know. That's why he had to hurry and get her gone. Get gone. Because the wife already knows. Someone else says she never worked there, unemployed for that time period. I can't. Someone said, because she just got a $10,000 raise, and she told him, then boom, they fired me. But you got to, yes, that's probably what the boyfriend's thinking. You're so right. And you said this too, co-host. You said the same thing. You just got this raise, and you got a bonus. You taking us on a trip, and then they let you go. That's why because they're closing down. And why are they closing down? Because honestly, babe, if they want to give you that $10,000 in this bonus, they might be open for a little while longer. You know what I'm saying? Someone said put their name and a friend's number. I can't, and laugh out loud. Go ahead.
So with that being said, man, like, listen, we're a little bit over tonight. We kept y'all a little later. And I appreciate you guys staying in and hanging out with us. But this has been a production of Black Star Media. As you can see the t-shirts tonight.
You can get one of these. Let us know. We'll say
you want one? You want one? It look real fresh and gray. I like it.
I love it.
Anyway, we also have our one of our another shows coming up tomorrow night, True Weight with Amanda at 8. We also have the launch of the soft launch of the Wolfpack sports show at 8 as well, but we're doing something for the draft. So if you want to have dual screens with Amanda on one screen and us on the other one, let us know. We're gonna hook you up. Also, keep in mind that next week the schedule is gonna look a little different because it's gonna be we're gonna be vacant on Monday. Tuesday we'll have the threesome show. Mars and Venus on Wednesday. Thursday will be Amanda by herself because Wolfpack won't be on next Thursday. So we're working out the actual day for Wolfpack Sports because we want to give you guys a comprehensive experience when it comes to the sports set show, right? Also, make sure that if you have any inquiries about advertising or just joining the group and, just finding out what we do and, even talking to us about how our plan came together and how we work it out. Send us an email at blackstarmediagroup@gmail.com. And also, if you want to talk to either one of us personalities on the show, what is our email? The Mars and Venus show? Is it
info?
Is it
The Mars. We'll get you that information. We'll drop it in the Facebook group because we'll do that.
I have too many email addresses in my head already. So
me too.
With that being said,
one more thing. Continue to send your letters because, as you can see, for example, if this is your first time hearing a letter like that and you're interested in getting some advice from us, definitely send your letters to ms.ebonyinfo. So that's miss.ebonyinfo at gmail.com. You can send your letter in. All your information will definitely be discreet. So we can read your letter on air and give you some feedback.
And also again, remember this is a judgment-free zone, so I would ask you to not feel like we have been judging you, but we
Right.
are just we are. It was a situation that we probably would rather have not been exposed for the fact that you lost your job and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So I feel bad, but I also will say that you have to make smarter decisions as you go older. You know, as you get older, as you move further into the professional life that we live, you have to be smarter and you have to think about things at the long term. So I hope that your relationship survives. And I also hope that everyone that's listening has been, so great. So what we're also going to do is one of our favorite listeners, Miss Christina, has offered to give some cupcakes away because she was listening. She said we got to pull a name. So we'll pull a name from one of the live listeners after the show ends.
We'll put it in the group.
And we'll put it in the group chat. So I'm in the group. But at the end of the day, guys, we want to thank you so much for riding with us because season one was, a season that we were finding our legs as a group. And then we have found those legs and we are running to the finish line. So Black Star Media is the one place that you want to come for all your content. And also keep in mind, stay active in the groups. Add a friend. Bring a friend. Also, there is we have IG for all of our groups. So keep in mind that we are just human beings, just like everybody else. We have lives, but we also make time to do these things. So thank you for riding with us. Thank you for actually being a part of this movement that we're trying to create. And if you want a Black Star Media shirt, send an email to blackstarmediagroup@gmail.com. We'll tell you how you can get one. Also, thank you so much, co-host, for bringing back the energy and keeping it funky with us tonight. Also, my producer, DJ Teflon Don, Hollywood in the background.
Hollywood, who do our little layout. He keep us on point. Hollywood, we apologize to you because every segment we have went over. We will do better next week. We will do better.
One of them wasn't our fault, but it's fine. Yeah. We're good. Anyway, Black Star Media signing off. Shout out to Amanda.
Tomorrow night. You all gotta watch True Weight.
True Weight, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a true weight that you have been carrying for years, please feel free to drop in and share that true weight with us. We're keep in mind we are anonymous. We don't have to share your name or anything like that, but just share your true weight information. And also, when you feel a little froggy and freaky, go ahead and join that threesome show.
Hey,
anyway, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I love y'all. We out of here. Peace. Thank you so much.